Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, then welcome to my channel. And while you're here, be sure to like and subscribe. And when you're on the way out, tell someone else about it. I'm 1AM, and I am a Grammy nominated songwriter. And today I'm going to be doing a segment that I call The Story Behind the Song. So let's get started. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the story behind marijuana. So Marijuana is a song that's recorded by Jack and Damian Marley. Um, and usually when you get a request for a song, someone would tell you, they might tell you the type of song that they want. Um, and I've had a great working relationship with Jack since the the Grammy nominated album is called The Cure, and I did some writing on that with him. And he's an amazing artist. He's really talented, and he knows what he wants. Um, and a lot of great and talented artists and writers, people in music collaborate with other creatives, and that's one thing that people don't really realize. I think they just think the things just kind of happen miraculously, and everyone just is their own island doing their own thing. But um, yeah, so he had reached out and told me before that he wanted a weed song, and I'd written about two or three before this one, and I sent them, and he was like, "Okay, cool, 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 cool." But he kept asking me for a weed song, so I'm like, I guess those ones didn't really hit the mark. Um, and then I said to myself, you know what? When you know what you're talking about, you always write better. If you know what you're talking about, it's gonna be better. So, I have a lot of friends who smoke weed, obviously. I personally, up until that point, hadn't. So, the songs that I was writing before, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So, I'm like, well, maybe I should know what I'm talking about, and that might change something, right? Because before I was just writing about what I thought people felt. I remember my family members and friends, and thought I would be around and watch them and just kind of imagine what they were feeling based on how they were acting, and that's what I wrote about. But this time, I said, I'm gonna do my research for my art. So, I have a friend who is a weird connoisseur, shall we say? And he came by one time and he was smoking. He'd been, he smokes. And I was like, I'm going to try it. And he was like, what? You? All right, you're not going to try it. And I was like, no, I want to try it. And then I did. I can care my family members collectively. You? I know, whatever. But anyway, I tried it. And the first time I probably didn't do it right because I got a little bit high, but it wasn't like. But then afterwards, I went and I'm like, I'm gonna find some weed and do this proper. And by the way, weed is absolutely legal in Canada for anyone watching this. So the first time it didn't really hit, but the second time, bitch, I tried it and I was high boots. And as I was high, I'm like, you know what? While I'm still high, I'm going to do melodies. And so I took my phone out and I went to my voice recorder and I started humming melodies. And the line, I'm feeling irate, take a pull and fill my lungs. I didn't have all of the lyrics, I just had the melody and like that line to start. Um, and I did the melody for for the full thing and got to the chorus and did a chorus melody, and then I doubled back and started to stitch because that's my process. Some people do lyrics first and then they try and find a way to craft melodies. My process is I come up with my melodies first and then I, like stitch lyrics to the melodies. Um, so I started to add the lyrics to the melody and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't want it to be, it was not supposed to be, a song to encourage anyone to smoke marijuana, but I wanted it to be I wanted it to be, no lie, I wanted it to be like a love song to marijuana. Almost like if you're writing a song about someone who is misunderstood, I approached it like I'm writing it about something that has all of this, like all of the misconceptions and everything around it. And so not as a way to, like recruit, like come on, smoke some, but for people who do use to have a song that allows you to feel good and just release yourself release yourself from that stigma and everything that's attached to it and be able to celebrate it. And I feel like that was achieved when I was done. And I sent the full acapella. I sent the song to my good friend and producer Freddie. Freddie got sticks in the Bahamas, and he was like, "Dope. Okay, I'm gonna do something to this." And then when he sent the beat back, I was like, "This is so dope." I'm like, well, pun intended, it's dope. I said, "This is gonna be so good," and then I recorded it and we sent it off. And I remember Kira heard it and he was like, "I love it." So I'm like, that's what it needed. I needed to know what I was talking about to get an honest song. So he loved it. And then he recorded it. When he sent it back after he recorded it, I remember my jaw dropped because in my mind, thinking about writing a love song to marijuana and the way he sings it like anyone who knows Cure or is a fan of him, how what his voice does, and he sings everything with so much passion and so much conviction, and especially when he belts, like you really feel it, and that's what happened, especially in the chorus. I was like, oh, this is fucking crazy, and I sent it to Freddie, and he was like, whoa. And then shortly after, because it was a full song, Cure got it, did his thing, added added what only he could add to it. And then he said, so, because the song you hear now is not the same as what I'm talking about, because the second verse was removed he said Damian Marley is going to be on it too. I guess he heard it and he wanted to be on it. I don't know. I just heard that he was going to be on it. And I freaked out again. And, it was, the rest, as they say, is history. The song was recorded, I heard it, and then I sent it to Freddie, and Freddie loved it, and we were like, yo, when this comes out, it's going to be great. And then the thing about that is after you write it, there's the waiting game, because we had the song all this time, and we knew how dope it was. And then we had to wait for it to come out. And then it came out, I think, on 420, obviously. And it was really amazing. So I did my homework and I did my science, my research, so that I can write an honest and good song about weed, and I did it. You can go listen to it now and tell me what you think about it. You can probably turn it on as you smoke as well. It's great. When you do it, it's amazing. So yeah, let me know what you think. Leave your comments if there's anything that you like, don't like, might agree with, might want to know more. Or even if there's a song that I've written that you may have thought about what inspired this song, and maybe I have a story about that too. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.